Hey guys, hope you're having a good day. I tried to upload a video earlier and I think there was a problem with the server, so it looks like we lost it, which is a bummer. But let me try option 2 here, version 2. Hope it's better than the first one. One of the most important things about growth is something that you've already done, which is to say, you know what, I want to grow. I've identified a need in my life and I want to get unstuck. I want to become more like Jesus, which, as we talked about on Sunday, is the ultimate goal of growth in the spiritual life. So we want to congratulate you just for your impulse and your commitment to do so. And I was reflecting today upon a passage in John chapter 5 where Jesus comes alongside of a man who had been disabled for decades. And Jesus was walking around the temple area during one of the Jewish festivals and came upon this guy. And this guy, I'm sure, had been in a very desperate situation. There was not a lot of social safety programs, social programs from the government to protect him or to give him the resources that he really needed. And so he was reduced to begging. He was likely ostracized by his family and looked down upon by pretty much everyone. And so when Jesus comes along to him, he says, "Do you want to get well?" And it's a pretty simple thing, but I think it's a really powerful principle that we've got to think about in our own lives. And again, you guys have done the most important first step, which is to say, I'm not satisfied. I'm not satisfied where I am. I recognize I need help. I need God's help, but I also need this group's help to keep me accountable to that. That's the first step of any growth, no matter if it's spiritual, financial, relational, whatever. So again, we want to congratulate you for that. But today, I just want to help you guys and help myself, because I want to grow too, to take another step forward. And again, if we just say we want to grow, that's a great first step, but that doesn't grow us, does it? The next important step that we have to take is to identify something specific. For this man, he had to identify a need, and he had to be willing to be humble to say, yeah, I need, Jesus, your healing touch to touch my body. My body is broken and I need you to fix it. And so we asked you to head over to mycitychurch.ca to go to our growth page. It's mycitychurch.ca/grow. If you hadn't had a chance to fill that form out, I highly recommend you do that. Many of you, in fact, 5 or 6 of you have already done that this morning, which, as you know, helped identify a few areas in your life that you want to work on. And some of you, I love your honesty and humility. You said you want to grow in 5 or 6 different ways, which is awesome. But it's really important that we identify, I believe, 1 or 2 things, because we can't focus on 5 or 6 things. It's not humanly possible, but maybe it is for you. But for me, I like simplicity, and I feel like you can get some more momentum if you're very focused on one thing. So what I want to ask you today is, of all the areas that you want to grow in spiritually and maybe recognize that you need to grow spiritually, what's the most important thing? What's that one thing? Is it time with God? Is it having a more disciplined time in the Word of God? Maybe you have a reading plan you're going through instead of just randomly, picking something or looking at the verse of the day on YouVersion. Maybe you want to take it to another level that way. Maybe it's, your prayer life. Maybe it's handling conflict, relationships. Again, identify the one thing and put that in the comment below. And that will help us just to encourage you, and also help me just as the spokesperson and group leader here to maybe I can point you to a resource or to just encourage you in that area. So again, just put that in the comment below. There's about 30 of us tracking together, so know that you're not alone. And this is day 2 of the growth group, and I'm just really praying for you guys and pray for me. Just in a spirit, I guess, of transparency. The area that I want to grow in is a time. And I feel like for me, I'm doing okay with reading, I'm doing okay with prayer, but what I'm not doing great on is having that consistency of that time. And I feel like my life would be better, my day would be better if I could just do that in a real consistent way. So my one thing is to identify a time in the day before my day gets crazy, before my kids' school life and school schedule gets in the way. And so I'm trying to get up a little bit earlier to do that. And so you can keep me accountable to that. So identify your one thing, subscribe to our YouTube channel. That would help us out. We're trying to get our channel out there so that more people can find City Church. And hope you're encouraged today. God bless you. praying that you will experience some growth this week as we identify one thing. God bless you guys. We'll talk to you later.